Hello, Kariaki's mom and everyone's mom throughout the
Oh,
world.
Oh, is it
Hi,
Kageki's mum this time?
Yeah, now it's a full-on meta joke.
Yes.
She's not in the story, so she's actually watching the story.
Aha.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Turns out Karayaki's mom is straight up Yggdrasil.
Yeah.
He's
Final boss.
Haha!
Okay,
man.
so who wants to give the recap of previously on Digimon Vortex?
I mean, I don't mind, but
The potential
unless
is all
someone
yours.
else really wants to do.
Why did I close me?
So removing the song for a minute. Sure. So last episode, we finally enter Witchelny. Yeah, what that was 2 episodes ago, but now we're finally in. That's official, and we immediately split up because that's what we do. And Taisto went ahead to see the headmaster alongside Ghostmon to get some more information. And as they were talking about where to find potential Uzonmon and stuff, uh, and talking about the safety of the school, the headmaster was like, "Ha ha ha! Would it be silly if you get if we got like stabbed in the back right now? Ha! That would be that would never happen, of course, because we're so." And he got stabbed in the back right away. I see, as if he was asking for it, so or something. And turns out Piemon showed up. Hello, and
way to victim blame.
I mean, honestly, I do blame him a little bit. Well, yeah, Piemon showed up. A confrontation broke out between Taisto and Taisto and Piemon. Meanwhile, the rest of the gang, which is to say me and Kagayaki, Sonia and Kagayaki to be specific, have tried following him, and we met with a guard, a Wizardmon guard, I think it was like an original Digimon on Digimon Vortex. Ooh. And yeah, he led us somewhere, but something didn't seem quite right, and we quickly pieced out together that he was controlled by some kind of spell, all the while being like, being controlled by some kind of spell would be completely ridiculous. I would never fall for something like this, because that's what they all do in this world, apparently. And so, as we were led somewhere in some empty room, we tried our best to prevent it from happening, but he's quite strong, and Sonia got pushed towards the empty room, which had Belzebumon, ooh, big boy, waiting for us, which turns out to be an evolved version of Impmon. And being the crafty boy he was, and he still is actually, he pointed his guns, one towards the back of Sonia's head, and the second one towards the back of the Acquisition, since he knows that we are good guys and we would never let innocent Digimon be hurt because of us. And well, he was right, so we followed him nicely towards until he led us towards his boss, which was Alekimon, I believe. Yes, a little jester Digimon, which turns out to be even stronger than everyone else in this room. And as he was getting his just rewards, we managed to escape. We found the right moment, thanks to combination of our powers and our craftiness, to escape. And as we did, chase went on, and we cut back to Taisto, which got his, I don't know, got his ass kicked for a bit. It did manage to deal some damage to Piemon as well, but this didn't look very good. Well, the fights ended up converging. We managed to convince Belzebumon to not kick our asses and maybe to let us go for once, because turns out he actually kind of wanted to go back to Icon City. he might be a good guy deep down after all. Question mark, question mark, question mark. And we rush to help Paisto. And well, we three of us managed to overwhelm the Piemon, which was quite a bit hurt from all of his recent fights. To uh, rush, yes, well, we rush as much as we could, I guess, in the considering the circumstances. Um, yeah, Piemon decided to reveal to us right at the last minute that he was doing all of this to see that son one more time, and I actually was maybe a kind of a good guy, and he wasn't just a sadistic piece of shit. He was a sadistic piece of shit with a heart. And so he decided to off himself instead of killing us if we didn't uh, if we didn't play along his game of wanting to die honorably on the battlefield. So we prevented that from happening uh, quite rapidly. I put him to sleep, something like this. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Um, everything's well that ends well until Keramon showed up right in front of Sonia, claiming with Stella right next to her, claiming that he could grant her any wish she could desire. She could even go back home and see her family and all of this. What will Sonia do? What will Caramon do as well? What will the rest of the gang uh, do or not do? Or what will happen? Will Sonia go? Will Sonia stay? Oh, suspense, suspense. And that's what we'll figure out today. No, tonight in Digimon Vortex, episode 41 or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, actually, while we're at it, probably should share the stream link in the Discord while we're at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead
Did you
and
do
do
that
this.
for me? Yeah, I forgot to
Yep.
do it. One thing you did forget was we found Wizardmon, who was now a Candlemon, who had been reborn and was protecting another Digideck.
Right. That was a pretty important part.
Yeah, so we found who he came for, but it wasn't what we were expecting. Good. Mark of potential, Sonia. I don't know how much more potential you can mark before you max out at this point.
I can't have the spectator role, but yes, I will mark the potential. Why not? Sure.
Cool. And I will
So
flip to
before
the
we
last
begin, for my level up, I'll be grabbing Never Give Up, Never Surrender.
Oh,
Which one's that again? Is
nice.
that,
Wait a second, that's illegal.
That's one of Taisto's
That's
moves.
illegal.
It's one of Taisto's moves, isn't it?
It's the get whooped slightly less.
Is that the one where you roll a different thing when you get punched hard?
Yeah, it's
Cool,
get
cool.
whooped slightly less.
Get whipped slightly less. Good, good, good. I mean, I don't know how what do you even roll for it again? I've forgotten what you roll. Is it?
I think you just turn
savior?
it into a positive roll instead.
You turn it into a positive roll, but I'm pretty sure you roll. Let me find it.
Savior.
Yes, savior it is.
Savior. Yeah. You roll
Plus
plus
savior as
savior
well,
and then,
which is
it's just okay.
that works.
Yeah, constantly +3 for Kageyaki. Makes sense. Cool.
I mean, consider +3 for basically everyone here. No.
Almost.
Yeah,
Not
for some
everyone.
reason, being digidestined means you save people. Who would have thought?
That depends on who you ask.
Cool. So I think we'll start then on the scene we left off on, with Caramon floating ominously out of a white portal, descending towards Sonia, his eldritch tentacle-like legs floating behind him, his giggly-looking smile in 3 directions because of his many mouths. And I guess we'll just go over what he said before so that we can sort of pick up what happened. some reason my notes have deleted themselves, so that's a bit annoying, but okay.
No.
So Caramon comes through the portal, and he's like, Sonaya Villanelle, it is good to see you again, he says.
Was that supposed to be the right pronunciation? Because
He pronounces it sometimes right, sometimes wrong. He can't really get it down.
it would seem so. Oh well, yeah.
Why do we have to fight Sonaya? I could give you everything you ever wanted. I could give you a true family, not this pretend silly one that you are masquerading in. What if they found out, Sonia? What if they found out that you're not who you say you are? That you're not a good person? That deep down the darkness takes its hold? No one knows the real you here. But I do, he says, as he dips forward slightly. I know the real you. Indeed I do. I've been poking inside that little head of your friend, Stella. Oh, she loves you. Yes, she does. She thinks of you as a true family. But she also knows the real you, Sonia. She knows what you've done. She knows what you are going to do. Everyone knows that you're just a burden, he says. So why drag this around any longer? This weight, this darkness. Why continue the masquerade when you could just go home? You could have a true family. I'll even let Stella go with you, he says. I don't know why his accent's going very slightly Scottish. I'm going to say that it's because of the X antibody.
Darn you, X antibody.
Darn you, X antibody. All you have to do is sign my book, he says, as he hands over a leather-bound book with runes etched into the front cover, flips it open, and you will be with your true family again. And behind you in the portal you see Stella standing there, her head bowed down, her hair shadowing her eyes. You see flashes in your mind of the orphanage that you left at home, all your brothers and sisters that you worked so hard to keep there, all the wrongs that you committed to them by pranking the people who would have adopted them into happy families. You get flashes in your mind of all the times that you've let the Digidestined down, when you've let the darkness consume you and it hurt Pillowmon. And Caramon says, "Come now, Sonaya. We all know who the true monster is here." "Ah, no. It is not Pillowmon," he says. He rests a finger against your chest. "You are the monster, Sonaya. And I think deep down you know it," he says. "So sign my book, and it'll all go away." He presses the book towards you, Sonia. What do you do?
You. Now? After all this time? How could you possibly know? You're lying. You wanna know? You wanna know how I know you're lying? Stella wouldn't even love me in the first place. Stella never truly thought of me as a sister, as a friend. Of course you didn't. In fact, I'm willing to bet this is yet another illusion. Again. You just, like the ghost from earlier, you just want me to just play along with you. So, could you possibly know what I've done? What I maybe I wasn't. No. That's can't be. You're just saying words, pretending to know what's in my head, but you don't know me. You can't even understand me. You see me as one of your other toys to play with, just another sock to throw away. You can't understand people. You can't understand the hearts of and you over there, Stella. Of course, you're not even there. Well, if it were you, what are you even doing here, huh? What are you following Caramon for? After all, I warned you. You can't be here. Of course you're not here. Right.
I think Caramon cuts in and he says, "On the contrary, Sanaya, I have always said you are special. From the day I first laid eyes upon you, I knew you had something different inside you. Something dark. Something consuming. A fault, some may say, but to me, an opportunity. It's a good deal, Sonia. I wouldn't be offering it if it wasn't for your friend here," he says, as he motions towards Stella. "I assure you, I do. She is very real." He picks up a small pebble from the floor from the battle that was happening with Piedmon and tosses it at Stella, and it sort of bounces off her shoulder and lands on assumedly the floor behind the portal. "As you can see, this is not a balloon or a sword or an illusion. She is here. She's just a little guilty at the moment," he says. "After all, she feels the pain of causing a mass genocide." And you see a tear trickle down Stella's face when he says genocide.
Oh, you feel guilty about this now. Oh, you're feeling guilty about this. Who cares about these people? Who cares about a genocide or two? They're not even real. Not even. You left me alone twice. After I put my heart to you, my soul to you, I gave everything away. You took me away again and again, and you feel guilty about this little make-believe world again. So I'm not even there. I'm not even in your world, am I? You want me just with you because Caramon said so. If you wanted me to help you, you would have asked me for help in the first place. What are you on about? And yet, I'm only useful now because apparently I'm bad, I'm evil. Oh, you think I don't know that? The entire world keeps telling me that over and over again, and over and over again, and over and over again. I know. Whether it's angels, whether it's demons, whether it's regular people, whether it's God himself, whether it's prophecies, even I know. Actually, that's probably because I think so too. I'm thinking all of this in the first place. Of course, the rest of the world would follow. I know. I'm bad, of course, because good kids already have a family to love them. Good kids wouldn't be thrown away. I know. I know. I keep being repeated. If you're being good, maybe some nice family will accept you for who you are. If you're being all good children, maybe you can get adopted and stuff. So act accordingly. Be on your best behavior. And yet here I am. Yeah. Oh, I know. That's what I was were in the first place. Huh? I guess you are either born good or you're not. Doesn't matter what I do. You know, I know what you really want, Caravan. I know what you really want, Stella. Yes, okay, I'll give you what you want. And she's going to slowly move towards something. I assume something that's being left on the battlefield is something probably sharp. Maybe something like
there is a sword that is buried next to
Yes.
the rubble that was an illusion of Ainari originally.
Yes, I was hoping for it. She's going to bring that sword. She's going to take that sword within her own, shaking hands. You don't want me to just sign for your book. You want me to show who I really am, huh? Don't need a book to show this. Huh, Stella? If you're really feeling guilty, then you'll have to prove it to me. She's going to move forward, little by little, step by step. You'll have to prove it to me, Stella, you understand? That you're feeling truly sorry. Okay? Okay, this is redemption. This is what you deserve. And she's going to rush towards her and try pointing the words to Stella and maybe tap her right in the chest. Oh no.
You're gonna stab Stella in the chest.
Yes, I will.
I don't think I saw this one coming, to be honest.
Jesus Christ.
Cool. So I think while you're like saying Caramon doesn't want me to sign his book, he wants me to show you who I truly am and all this kind of stuff. Caramon's face sort of scrumples a little bit, and he looks a little ticked off that you'd think that. And he snaps his book shut, and then he sees you running towards Stella with a sword, and all of his mouths smile. Your sword is met with a different feeling to what you were expecting. Instead of plunging your sword into Stella's heart, you instead meet a small blue blade, and Spadamon jumps in front of her and blocks the blade for her. Pillowmon from on top of your head screams down, "Sonia, what are you doing? Stop! Snap out of it! You were gonna kill her!"
You shut it! All of you! Trying to tell me what to do again? Huh? And why are you protecting her? You...
Spadamon steps through the portal, holding Stella's hand. He points his blade towards you, and he has this sort of solemn look on his face. And the last words that he mentioned to you when you first met Spadamon sorry, not when you first met Spatman, sorry, when you first met Duramon, flash through your head, saying, "Please save them." It's the same sort of look that Duramon gave you. And Stella, more tears trickle down her face now and splat against the cold hard rock beneath her feet. She finally speaks and says, I don't want to fight you, Sonia. I know you hate me. I know that what I did, that I left you again, and it wasn't the right thing to do for you, but I had to find them, Sonia. I had to find them and try and stop them from making a bad mistake, but then they showed me, Sonia. They showed me what I did. And she looks at her hands and they're shaking. I feel the weight of everything that I did before. Caramon, he made me remember, but it's so vivid. It's like she clenches her fists, wipes the tears from her face with her sleeve. No, I'm gonna stop making excuses for what I did, for what I've done to you. She says, "If you want to fight, Sonia, I'll fight you. But just know I never want to bring harm to you. And if I win this fight, we're going home. We're signing this book and we're going back home. You understand? You hear me?"
Stop acting like this. Stop acting as if you were somehow in the right in all this. Stop acting remorseful. Stop crying and stop feeling sorry. You're making me look bad. You're making me look bad again. Why are you acting like you're the hero in this situation? You're with Caramon. You know what he did. You know what he intends to do.
Caramon intends to undo the wrongs that we Digidestined did. Before the reset, before the purge that happened, that genocided the entire world and only saved a few, Caramon was there to try and stop it. And we stood in his way. And I have to live with that burden every day for the rest of my life unless I put it straight, Sonia. And so did the rest of us. She puts a hand on Spadamon, who turns into his blade form. It sort of looks more like a lance than a blade, but we'll call it a blade. And she sort of flicks it out and wields it like it's some kind of rapier. And she raises her head, her eyes now unshadowed by her hair. You see her eyes are all puffy and red and swelled, like she doesn't want to do this, but she has to. And she says, "I'm sorry, Sonia. Einari tried to warn you. He said not to stand in our way, to let us right our wrongs, be the true heroes of the digital world, but I knew y'all wouldn't listen, so I made this deal with Caramon so that we could go home and not have to deal with all of this. I know it's an incredible amount of pressure to put on a young girl such as yourself. Oh, I mean, you're as old as I am now, but look at how much you've grown, Sonia. Please. You need to share that with everyone back home. You don't need to be here anymore. You don't need to carry this burden that I've been carrying. This isn't the life for you. But if you still intend on fighting me," she raises her sword and points it at you, I'm not gonna back down till I save you.
Save me. Save me. I'm the one needing to be saved now. Oh, you can't get away with this. You acting high and mighty, as if you know everything, as if you're all the same, all of you. Like, trust into this whole world, and all of a sudden you're perfect little heroes, and you know everything you need to do. You know exactly how to save people, and you know exactly what the right course of action is, and everyone that doesn't follow is somehow wrong. I've seen so many fights broke out, and always, everyone else seems to magically know everything. Whether it's you, whether it's Leomon, whether it's Mummymon, whether it's Exoplarmon, whether it's Taisto, whether it's Kagayaki. It's like there's some joke, some sort of huge private joke that I have the only one not understanding. How can you even know? Why are you all acting like this? I've never been like this. I don't know what to do. I don't know the first thing about what's being right. I'm sick of being treated like a toy needing to be fixed. And, well, actually, maybe all this time you're, I guess I should stop making excuses myself, huh? It's obvious now, but if the world keeps on acting a certain way and I'm the only one seemingly not understanding, the only one acting in the I'm the only one here wrong and evil and with darkness always been, even before I've been trusted into this world. And maybe I'm not cut out to be a hero. As he keeps on talking, mysteriously, maybe some sort of a crest will turn a darker color, purplish and black. All the device seemingly from nowhere, some sort of liquid, some goopy, inky liquid will come out of the sky and just fall out on Sonia's hair.
Pillowman
Running
moves out
around.
of the way as that happens, by the way.
Turning her hair pitch black and outfit as well. Well, her outfit was more or less black anyway, but the her shawl made of Garurumon fur also being corrupted and resembling more black Garurumon. I just see. I'm the one needing to be saved, huh? I guess you are all right. I'm the bad child, always doing the wrong thing. I'm the one needing to be defeated. That is my role in this world. I've been branded a fake Digidestined, and my role is to just surrender quietly while it happens. While all the rest of you heroes just go on and save the world, huh? Actually, I might be even the reason the world is in shambles in the first place. Right, Pielmon? Right. You know that better than anyone else. If it weren't for you.
Sonia, please. You have to snap out of it. The darkness is a scary thing. I know you don't like to be alone, but we made a promise, Sonia. We said that we'd always be together for each other, and I've never left your side. You've never been alone since you got here, Sonia. Please. Don't do this.
That's nice. You promised it to me. Thank you, Pilomon. Thank you for promising this to me. Except that's not a real promise now. Is it, Pilomon? I know all of this. I know you've been keeping little secrets from me. I know you've been lying to me this whole time as well. Before promising to me that we'd be together, you've promised to this little guy, this little monstrosity, that you'd be delivering me to him. You promised him that in order to free yourself, you'd be willing to throw away the life of a little young girl. You were planning all along to discard me. You just want to gain my trust, like the others. Never really were, my friend. I know this. Every time you wanted me with you as a, comfort tool to make yourself feel better, to tell you sweet little lies, tell you that you did nothing wrong. No, Philemon, you did nothing wrong. That was the previous you, your previous life. You did nothing wrong. You don't need to feel bad about it. So then, how do we explain everyone else that still feels bad about what their previous lives did? You should share your wisdom with Doremon, with Ghostmon, with Stella and all of the others. You should tell them that there's no need to worry because that's in the past now. That's previous life. It's a previous world that doesn't concern you anymore. Huh? That's very easy, Philemon.
You don't mean that, Sonia. You're angry and scared and you're just trying to get a provoke out of me, provoke a reaction from me because you're hurting and it's making me hurt, Sonia. Please. And her eyes start glowing and flickering a deep red. Shadows start to lift from her back. Please don't do this to me.
I don't mean it, huh? That's even more proof that you never truly knew me, huh? The instant I stop caring for you, just start rampaging. You'll devour me. You'll devour everyone else. See, that's the real you. You should stop living in a dream. See, that's what the world keeps on making me understand. I've been trying to sleep this whole time, stay numb to the truth. Keep on sleeping, keep on dreaming, keep on pretending nothing is wrong. And maybe I could be one of the heroes too. Maybe I could have a family just like everyone else. Maybe I could be normal. That's what you feel as well, right? You want to pretend to feel normal. And yet you don't want to face the previous you. You never wanted to face what you did. Never wanted to face the darkness in you. You wanted to just pretend that maybe there was a magic fix for it. If you pretend that the monster doesn't exist, that the monster isn't truly you, then everything will be fine. We're just getting angry. That's all it is. We're not bad people. We're not bad. We're not monsters. We're just angry sometimes, and we need to calm down. Is that what you think? Is that really what you think? Well, prove it. Prove it. Calm yourself down on your own. You know? I'm sick and tired of being the guiding light, the guiding post. I don't know jack shit. Philemon. I'm a kid. I've always been a kid. Just show me by yourself. If you want to prove me wrong, then. But you can't. I bet you can't. I bet you'll just fall to the darkness again and you'll just kill me and kill everyone else. You never cared about me.
Sonia, it sounds like you're trying to take advantage of your influence over Pillowmon.
It sure sounds that way, doesn't it, huh? Yes.
If you were raise your influence... Sorry, Pillowmon's influence over... Sorry, your influence over Pillowmon, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can inflict a condition on Pillowmon specifically. Probably something along the lines of hopelessness or fear or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it also sounds like the perfect opportunity for me to say, I'm going to invoke one of your curses.
Ah,
Chaotic
makes sense.
powers. The next time you use your power, it manifests in all the worst ways possible. We make a hard move together and you're the cause. I'm going to leave it in your hands what that hard move is. You can do something terrible. What's the worst thing that you could do right now?
As Sonia or Pilomon?
As Sonia.
As Sonia, probably be severing ties with everyone else, with Stella, with Pilomon, convincing that she wasn't worthy to be loved in the first place, and that all of her action, all of her words, up until now were lies, and she truly never trusted anyone else.
Cool.
And so that
And as you say those words, I want Kagayaki to come out of the stones that he was slipping into when Paimon was fighting Taisto and hear all of that. So feel free to roleplay that.
No. San Lumon, teleport! Go!
Silent One teleports you beside Sonia.
Well, this is obviously not going to work, but I am obligated to try. Kagayaki will try to grab Sonia and wrap his arms around her.
oh, here you are. Here to comfort me as well. Trying to fix me as well. Oh, thank you, Kagayaki. What would I do without you?
No,
What would I do indeed?
Sonia, I sorry.
You're what?
Sorry. I have failed you. Time and time again. I tried to talk, sure, but I never knew the right words to say. I know the logical words, but I can never get a handle on the emotion. The logical words were not what you need here. In fact, I may have caused further damage saying them. I'm sorry. You're a kid, I'm a kid. We're all kids. We're all forced to deal with this shit. You already had your issues before coming here, and this whole thing has helped any of it. And I have not helped any of it. But I know you're a good person, even if you don't believe it yourself. I have seen you. You have helped so many people here. And there is no world where all of that was a lie. Even if you cannot see your own worth, the people around you can. But I never find the way to show that I am so sorry.
Sorry.
Could you roll to comfort and support Kagayaki, please?
I can definitely try. +0, here we go!
I mean, it's a +0. What are you on about?
+7!
Interesting.
Okay, so when you roll to comfort or support someone on a hit, they hear you. They can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift their labels if they decide to open up to you. You don't get the 10
That's
plus.
interesting.
Obviously, it's on you, Sonia. You can decide not to open up to Kagayaki, but you wouldn't get the benefit if you don't.
Well, I'll role play a bit, and you'll tell me if that counts as opening up or shutting him down,
Okay.
because that could maybe, I guess, be interpreted either way.
God, I forgot
But-
to say things again. God fucking damn it. We're moving on, yeah? Roleplay.
You're sorry, but that's weird. I do not understand. Ah, you're lying again. I see. I understand. You wanna know how I know you're lying? Because that's not the usual you, Kagayaki. Usually, you'd be mad at me. Usually, you'd be punching me in the face right now. You'd be telling me that you're being obviously silly right now. Snap out of it. You'd be telling me all kinds of things that I did wrong, and you'd be mad about me for days, and you wouldn't even talk to me. Just like you're doing with Taisto all the time. Just like you did with your old friend. Higeki, he told me everything about you, you know. Told me all. The instant you were not useful to him, that you threw him away like garbage. You never tried to apologize for ruining his life. Never tried to look him in the eyes and say sorry, because that's not what Kagayaki does. Kagayaki isn't sorry. Kagayaki knows what to do. Kagayaki is always right. Why are you trying to to apologize to me? That doesn't make sense. Do you think that I will be feeling a bit better if, you're making me think that I am right? That I am a good person deep down? You don't need to lie to me, Kagayaki, you know that. You can tell me like it is. You can be logical. Being logical is being right. You're the hero. You're the big man. So please, yell at me. Tell me that I'm doing something really bad right now. Just like everyone else. See? You're the only one telling me sorry and I failed you. But listen, Kagayaki. Listen, you know that's not true. Very well. So then, what will it be?
Kayaki begins to actively tremble. No. Not this time. I really sorry.
Really sorry. Well, prove it. On your knees. Now. I'm waiting. Prove that you're sorry to me. I cannot trust words anymore, Kagayaki. Never could. Words are easy to twist. It's easy to pretend. I need actions, Kagayaki. And you too, Stella, if you're truly sorry, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for proof. On your knees, all of you.
I'm not letting go.
Are you afraid that I would run away? That I would disappear?
No. No. I just believe in you instead.
Oh.
I think at that moment, around Kagayaku's shoulder, you feel 5 very rubbery but bony digits caress his shoulder. Caramon floats around the side of his head, popping out like a little jump scare. Smile from ear to ear, forehead to chin. But how could you ever believe even a sincere apology, Sonia? After all, look at what he did to his best friend. And he like holds up a small vial. It's sort of like a test tube with a little cork in the top. It's colored purple. He swirls it around. Wouldn't you like to see the true Kagayaki? How he abandoned his friend in the hospital and didn't even visit once. How he was too ashamed of who he was to even make the effort. Garamon swirls the vial around. Don't you want
Yes,
to see
please.
the truth of your friends?
Show me. I'm sick and tired of words. I need proof. Show me the proof.
As you wish. He smashes it on the ground, and a big plume of purple smoke erupts from the ground. And we'll cut there to give Taisto some screen time because obviously he's not had any Sigeni yet. We've had a big, dramatic, heavy Sonya scene.
Meanwhile,
We're in
Taisto's
Barbie
fucking
house.
dead.
Yeah, meanwhile, Taisto is having
Hello.
very fun antics with Candlemon. So, Taisto, when we left off with you, we came upon Candlemon in what appears to be a nursery area, looking after a blue egg with little white diamonds across it. And we found out from the interaction that we had with Ghostmon that he is Wizardmon reincarnated, and you made the decision that it's probably not the best idea to give him his memories back just yet, and that you should hold off and see what this new personality looks like. So we'll pick up from where we left off. I think Ghostmon is looking incredibly sad that he can't get his friend back, and he's floated back towards you. He looks defeated. He says, I came all this way just to save him, and now you're telling me I can't? That I have to wait and potentially lose him for good? What if this was Ainari, Taisto? Or what if Ainari couldn't remember who he was or who you were before? What if you could give him that memory back? Wouldn't you do it?
I don't know what I would do, but I would definitely hope that if I tried to do something, you would be there to make sure that I didn't do anything stupid.
You think it's stupid to bring back my friend and mentor?
It would be stupid if Candlemon doesn't want it. I know it hurts, and unfortunately, as far as I've been told, sometimes pain is just part of life. Candlemon doesn't owe you anything. He doesn't owe you to become Wizardmon just to bring back your friend. And it would be wrong to take away Candlemon or sacrifice Candlemon for the sake of getting Wizardmon back. That's a choice that needs to be made by Candlemon and not by either of us.
Candlemon looks a little bit confused. He says, "Well, I don't know about who I used to be, but well, I've got a good life here now." He says, "I read books and I've been told that I have a promising future as part of the research team. My mentor and master, he watches over me very closely. He's very kind. He has big plans for both this world and the digital world, he says.
Who?
My master, he has big plans, but it's unfortunate, he says, and he looks a little sad. Some ancient magic bound him to his lair, his castle, his whatever you want to call it, his humble abode. He can never leave. We're trying to break his magic seal, and, well, hopefully he'll be able to return to the world and do some real good, Candlemon says.
Hello, Yudamon here. I'm not sure if, like, I can't keep straight, like, what we as players know, or the audience knows, and what our characters know. Is Taisto able to count 1 + 1 together in order to land on who might be this master that has a promising future envisioned for little Candlemon?
So from what you know of his master, who he is, Taisto probably wouldn't know about his master being freed and all that kind of stuff. Sonia and Kagiyaki would, because Bielzimon mentioned it last episode, but Taisto wasn't there to hear that, and I don't think on screen at all, aside from like in the little snippets and hints.
Okay, that's enough. Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. Okay, sure.
I think it's at this moment, Taisto, that you hear from the other side of the portal a very, very loud explosion-y noise. It's a big bang, and purple smoke starts skidding out from the portal.
Probably some fireworks.
Yeah, probably some firework gone wrong.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Candlemon looks at this weird portal and says, your portal's kind of leaking all over the nursery, and I've been tasked to look after this egg. I've been told no one can come near it, and no one may interact with it. It's to be used purely for the purposes of Witchenly, and that my master will deal with it when it hatches. So, if you'd be so kind, he says, and he like waves a hand away, and he's like, I think you should leave because you're strangers and you're saying weird things about me having a past and whatnot. Oh, he died.
Yeah, I was suspecting as much because he didn't say anything for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I'm
That's why I cut in and did all this purple.
Yeah.
Because I thought he had nothing else to add. Uh-oh.
There he is.
There he is.
Sorry, Discord crashed.
Yeah.
No worries. What was the last thing you heard?
We had just got into the end of Taisto doesn't know shit.
Right, okay. In that case, I will retcon everything I said after that and let you roleplay whatever you want to roleplay before I do that.
Alright, yes. I think Taisto would say something like, well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If your master is such a kind individual, why would anyone... Who would and why would they lock away or seal away someone so good and benevolent? That doesn't seem like right.
See, from what I've been told, it was almost like an accident, he says. You see, he imprisoned himself out of necessity, apparently. but now he can't get free. So it's our job
He
to
imprisoned himself?
help him get free. I don't know much more other than that, but you guys are saying some very strange things, and saying I have a past life and that you can overwrite my memories, and no, I've been put in charge of this room here. I'm here to look after this egg, and your portal, it's leaking some kind of weird purple gas, and it's kind of freaky, he says. I don't want any harm to come to this egg. I just want to protect it like my master said, so that he can look over it when it finally hatches. I've been told that it has the spirit of a powerful sorcerer inside, and that I'm not to allow outside interference, so if you would, I'd like to ask you to leave, he says.
Didn't the portal close behind us?
Nope. The portal is still wide open.
I'm pretty sure it closed shut behind us. Pretty sure.
Well, it's retconned open now. if I did say that before.
All right. Okay. Sure. Yeah, about that egg actually. No wait. Now I'm getting confused myself. What did Yes, about that egg. We promised that we won't do any harm to it, but could you tell us more? Tell me more about it? I'm very intrigued by the egg right there. Like, when did it get here?
Apparently, it arrived here before I did, he says. It's just been waiting here for someone to nurture it to hatch, and so when I was born, I was a Candlemon with heat in my hands, he says as he wafts around his little candle chandelier arms. I could nurture it and bring it to a point where it was able to hatch. You see, this must have been where whatever it used to be considered to be its home, because that's where data goes when it's defeated. When a Digimon dies, they get reconstructed where they consider home.
Did you get reborn here?
Yes, I was born just next door, he says. Only a couple of weeks ago, actually, he says. I'm pretty fresh at this, but I've been given a task. See, this egg contains a powerful sorcerer who wields ice magic, he says.
Yeah, I kind of got that, yeah. Ghostmon. Now, where did Ghostmon go?
Ghostmon is still standing by your side, sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Ghostmon's not put two and two together yet.
Yeah. Ghostmon. You don't think that having been born having been laid just before this guy and containing the spirit of a powerful ice sorcerer and being here and of interest to some, whoever their master is, you don't think it could be? You don't think it could you?
No, it can't be him, Taisto. There's no way.
Why not?
Because I killed him, Taisto. I drove my blade straight through him.
That's what. Yes.
If
that is true. You did that.
If that's him.
Yes.
I couldn't even bring myself to look at him after what I did.
Right.
He was one of my closest friends in my previous life. He was always there to support me and cover lessons that I was supposed to be giving. And then when he came to try and help me in his own misguided and stupid way, instead of helping him, I drove a sword straight through his chest. That's the thanks I gave him. I know that we had no
It
other
was a
choice,
hobbit,
but I still feel terrible about it, and I couldn't. If that's him, please don't do this to me, he says. He's trembling.
I'm not doing anything. Far be it from me. But I do think, now that you mention it, that you could maybe try and, I don't know, be there for him when he hatches, you know? If he was so important for you as support, you could try and pay that back to the new him. It's not going to bring him back. What's done is done, but you could at least make sure that whoever is born as a result of both of your choices doesn't get left alone, and certainly doesn't get used as a pawn in some weird ass self-sealing super magician's plans.
Could you roll to comfort and support him?
Whoa, that's a +4? Oh jeez.
Well, you're
Oh,
free
man.
kind.
Rolling to the max. I'm very kind at the moment. I'm feeling very, very kind. Let's see, yeah, that is correct. I'm feeling very, very, extremely kind.
Better crit.
I almost literally cannot fail this. 3d6 +4. Oh yeah, here we go.
Ooh.
14.
Good. Yeah.
Super mega wombo crit.
Easy.
I think your words
It's
give
crit
him
+2.
huge reassurance. Because you rolled higher than a 10, you get to, I think is it mark potential or is it clear condition of your own? Add it into the pool of clear condition of your own. Because he's an NPC, he can only clear a condition, so he's going to clear his guilt. He's going to sort of have this sort of expression of realization sweep across his face that he can make up for what he did. And he floats over towards Candlemon, and he sort of bows down on the ground to him because he doesn't have knees, so he can't exactly kneel down. He says, "Please, Candlemon, please let me and Taisto help you with this egg. I need to right a wrong that I did before. I need to set things right. I need to be there for him when he's hatching." Taisto, which option did you pick? Did you pick to take the team or to take the?
I cleared a condition. I
Cool.
cleared a condition.
Awesome.
I'm so fine.
At this moment, as Ghostmon is begging on the floor to sort of look after this egg, we see from behind you a playing card shoots out past Taisto's ear and buries itself in the ground next to Ghostmon. What do you do?
A playing card shoots out from behind Taisto and buries itself in the ground next to Ghostmon.
Yes.
All right.
It's starting to glow.
We turn around. In that case, we want to glow, as in it starts to like pulse with this kind of like vaguely grenade-looking glow, or it just starts like Glow in what fashion?
It glows in a very ominous grenade-like fashion.
All right. Yes. Thank you. Uh, I think Taisto dives for the egg and tries to swoop it down so that it and shield it with his own body. And Ghostmon is going to turn around and try and throw the whole thing back at Alekimon, who is standing right behind me and was so courteous not to stab me in the back like Biemon did for Ancient Wiseman.
Okay.
Also, Taisto yells like, "Take cover!" or something like that. You know, very very cliche.
Cool. I think. Could you roll to defend the egg? Sorry, first. That's probably the first thing we need to do.
Sure can. Yeah, that is basically what I am trying to do in two fashions, but yeah. 2d6 plus 3. Oh yeah, here we go. 11. Easy.
Cool. You protect the egg from harm.
Easy money.
You scoop it up, and even you are protected from the blast because the blast doesn't radiate outwards. It radiates
Yep.
upwards, and it creates a pillar of fire that bursts in Ghostmon's hand, singeing it slightly. A large pillar of fire bursts out and cuts Ghostmon off from you, the egg, and Candlemon. And Alekimon giggles. You can't see him. He's just laughing, and you can hear his voice echoing throughout the hall. He says, "Now, dance, monkeys, dance," he says. "Put on the performance of your lives." And the next thing you know, several more cards bury themselves in the wall behind you, which is the doorway out. What do you do?
Well, first of all, I'm going to, because I successfully defended, I'm going to choose to hold one with the thing that allows me to do that.
Yep.
And after that, then we get to what I'm going to do. All right, let's see. All right, of course I know what we're going to do. We're going to choose violence. Duh. Like that's what we always do. Let's see where is determined, right? Yeah. So.
Do a crime.
What?
You know what to do.
Kill.
That's enough.
That's enough. That's
Red
enough,
Eye, please.
Alekimon. You think... I had to stop him so that we can get this thing going.
Okay,
Yes.
it's fine.
That's enough, Alekimon.
Just got scared for a minute.
Yes. Yeah, and then Ghostmon charges towards Alekimon and evolves to Flame Wizardmon in midair, and tries to drive him away with by swatting him away with the magic staves. He, I think, Flame Wizardmon is careful to keep Candlemon behind him, so that he's always between Candlemon and Alekimon, so that Candlemon is protected.
As I
behind
just
him.
mentioned, you can't see Alekimon right now.
Oh, we can't.
No.
Oh.
You heard him laugh and say, "Put on the performance of your lives," and then several more cards flew out of various shadows in the room
Right.
and buried
Okay.
themselves
Yeah.
in the wall behind you.
You see, this is basically the level of how much I listen to you. All right. So in that case, I think what still happens is that Ghostmon evolves to Flame Wizardmon, and then he starts swinging his staffs around and shoots like bolts of fire at every card that he can see, while backing away so that he's blocking or keeping the cards that he can see between, himself between the cards he can see and Candlemon, while Daisto takes cover in whatever passes for a corner of the room. What, Fred? No.
Fred was like, your music
This
is
is
no
not
match for
Fred's
me.
day. Jesus.
Fred was the best of us.
Could you
Keeps
roll?
on dying.
Could you roll to unleash your
Fred
powers
is
to do
dead.
that, please?
Fred is dead. Fred is dead.
I'd rather not if that's fine by you, but I guess I'll have to. What can I do? All right. Ew. I do not like this.
What if we try
don't give me-
Fred 1? What?
6 minus
well,
1.
if
Please don't give
Fred
me
1
potential.
works, maybe.
Please don't give me potential. Please don't give me potential. 7, no potential. Excellent.
Okay, so it works,
Easy.
but it's either unstable or temporary, or you can mark a condition to make it work perfectly, and you get all the cards.
Nope. Red 1. Fuck you.
I'll take angry. I hate this shit. I think. There we go. Thank you.
No problem.
I think as Flame Wizardmon keeps swinging his staffs around and shoots these bolts of fire, we zoom in on him, on his face, and you can see that it scowls in anger. He's just gone through an emotional roller coaster, and now and after beating, after driving away Piemon and getting to meet Candlemon and getting to meet the Egg of Hexablaumon, he's getting attacked in the back by an assassin. Who would have guessed that they do something so low as that? And he gets real mad because he knows that there's the lives of those he cares about are on the line. Yeah.
Cool. So you sweep your matchstick staffs around, gather up all the cards, and destroy them. And you hear clapping echo throughout the room. Very, very good, very good. You might just put on a good performance for me yet. But the question is...
Show yourself, Alekimon.
Oh, I'll show myself, okay, he says. But can you tell which one's me? His voice seems to change slightly. And out of each shadow in the room, several Arlecchimon pop out. There's about 7 of them. They all circle Flame Wizardmon and you, Taisto. And he says,
Oh. Yeah,
"Bet
go
you
ahead,
can't
sorry.
tell which one's me." He then throws several cards again from each of his clones, and they shoot towards Candlemon instead of you. What do you do?
Right. I think as Alekimon has been surrounding us, Taisto and Flame Wizardmon has basically huddled up back to back, trying to keep Candlemon between them. And then as the cards then appear, Taisto dives to the side, and Flame Wizardmon jumps basically on top of Candlemon to try and take all the cards with his back instead of letting them hit Candlemon.
Roll to defend, please.
My pleasure. Nine.
Cool. You do it, but you expose yourself to danger, which makes perfect sense for what you just described. So,
I would guess so, yeah.
pick to either add team to the pool, take influence over Candlemon, or clear a condition.
I'll take that one.
Clear condition, okay.
No. Influence over Candlemon.
Oh, okay, influence over Candlemon, okay, cool. And the cards explode and burn Flame Wizardmon in the back. I'd like you to mark Hopeless, please, as you realise that you are outnumbered and outmatched by Arlecchimon, and that you could really probably use the help of the others to sort of back you up in this fight. I think as you realize this, we see one of the Arakimon clones sort of step through the portal and head back towards where Sonia and Kagiaki are. And we'll cut to them again, very briefly.
Hello.
And stop the music and put it back on the creepy stuff. So,
Yes, I did.
okay, cool.
But you need the weird stuff or creepy stuff on your own.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So I think when we come back to you guys, Kagiaki, Sonia, we are in the human world.
Oh.
We are in a memory, it looks like, as we see a very young Kagiaki and Higeki, probably about 10 years old, run past your feet, Sonia, between your legs, Kagiaki. You guys are playing with your dad's gadgets and gizmos when you shouldn't be. We see you guys having the best of time, a lot of good fun, and then the dad coming in and telling you off. The scene then shifts, and we see Kagiaki start to age and grow his interest in his father's work. We see him start to work in the workshop a bit more, putting together his own gizmos, his own gadgets, and we see him start to grow a little more distant from Higeki, who comes to visit him and help him out, but Kagiaki's too focused on his work and starts to lose the sort of kindness that you saw when he was young. And then, Kagiaki, I would like you to tell me what you feel when you see these memories, because you can't remember any of this at all. What's your first impression when you see this best friend that you apparently had when you grew up that you just have no recollection of at all?
Starters, it doesn't right because we were irreplaceable until the accident.
I'm sorry?
Starters, it doesn't feel right. They were irreplaceable until the accident. Kayaki has no memory of that, but it still ticks him off. Unless you're retconning it.
So I'm just raising the volume because for some reason you sound really quiet to me. Could you just say that again?
I said that it feels wrong because they were irreplaceable until the accident, unless you're retconning that for reason.
They were. What you mean? You mean Higeki was irreplaceable? Sorry.
Yeah, they were always together until the accident. So this whole they were drifting apart thing.
No, I'm not trying
confuses
to.
me.
I'm not saying that they're drifting apart. I'm saying that you were still good friends, but you started to grow colder. As in, you started having your classic, Kagiaki attitude, where you start to see things more rationally and logically. And
No. Until the accident, they were always together. Fused.
Okay. So how about you tell us your memory then? Tell us a good memory that you had with Higeki. Show us how you were the best of friends. And then I'd like you to tell us about the accident, what happened, how Higeki lost his legs. Recount that to Sonia.
We see a montage of a lot of different scenes over a couple years of them working as children. They seem to be upgrading some sort of Google Class gadget. They're inserting a visor on it. It's shaded as well to protect from the sun. They're working on it like day and night. Higeki commonly staying over just so they can work on it a bit more. Little by little, you can see it change shape into something quite familiar. until the final day of that specific flashback. It finally works. Even the projector they inserted works properly, and you just see them overjoyed. They're almost dancing around. And as we cut from their happy smiling faces, the scene shifts to a rainy night in the wilderness. They are both riding two bicycles. However, they are not actually pedaling because they've inserted handmade engines on the bicycle, turning it into almost motorbike. Higeki raised a few concerns, saying that they've never really made that many engines, so it's not sure if this is safe. But Toshi Kagayaki begins to tell him that it's okay, nothing's going to happen, like, come on, we can make anything. He's cut off by the engine near Higeki's legs bursting and taking his legs with him, with it. Then we see Kagayaki carrying Higeki on his shoulders. God knows how much he walked until he finally finds someone to ask for help. After that, we see a second montage. Kagayaki, for a very short period of time, still trying to keep things the same. He's like showing this and that, asking him when they'll get to play together again. And here's where I ask, how one-sided is this vision? I assume it's very one-sided.
It's how you remember it, Kakiaki. How would you
How
remember what happened?
Alright,
So-
so
I do want to mention that for lore reasons, Higeki did fall into a coma and was essentially brain dead, you were told, as a child.
alright, in that case, before we see him trying to act as they always did, we see him moping about, hands commonly clasping his head, talking to himself. Trying to think what he could have done different. Then, after Higeki wakes up, there's the short montage until the fated day where the stupidest thing happened. As he went to whip out a new invention to show Higeki, he noticed Higeki flinch. You can clearly see his smile freeze. Look down on the invention. Back at Higeki. He tries to play it off. But then, when he's alone, the camera shows him and he's talking to himself. Oh my... Oh, I've been so blind. This is good. This is not good for him. Horrible. I should just cut. That is going to be healthier for him. I shouldn't need to force him to. Oh my. And then, funnily enough, we see Higeki trying to talk to him, but Kagayaki pushing him away. until they literally move outside the continent.
So Kageyaki, you remember only the explosion that hurt someone's legs. But now all these memories you'd given up as part of a sacrifice come flooding back into your own mind, and you know them to be true. That you started pushing away Higeki for his own good at first, but later to sort of maybe deep down you wanted to sort of not feel the guilt of what you did by mistake. What would Kageyaki in present day's reaction be to reliving all of these memories again?
Turn it off. Turn it off! You. Oh my. Oh, this is not the time for this. This is not the time. Be a fucking break.
And Sonia, what's your reaction to seeing this memory that is Kageyaki's, of him distancing himself from someone he deemed close?
He's just going to look expressionless, maybe with a little disdain. Just as serves him right. Just face your sins. She's not going to say it all out loud, but she's thinking it like it's high time he looked at himself. She is not going to say anything. She's going to let him just come to terms with all of this on his own. She's not really moved by this. She has known more or less what happened through Higeki, and well, that doesn't really do much to confirm, but to change her mind on this. So it's pretty much what she expected. He gave up trying to fix his wrongs and maybe try and fix this relationship, and he abandoned his friend. So in her mind, still a liar. But she is looking very carefully at present Kageyaki's reactions as to how he's really taking in the news, so to speak. I used to say if we even see each other's ghosts.
Yeah, you see each other. You're there physically in the memory.
Yeah, okay.
Standing side by side.
So then, what do you plan on doing now? You know he's still waiting for you, even now.
Look. There's no fucking time for this. We need to actually deal with stuff. I need to find a single window of opportunity to talk to him. I found one back at the castle. I made a tiny start, and we haven't had a chance to catch a fucking break since. Okay? But this is not about that. This is about you. I failed Higeki. Failed Dice though. I am not going to fail you. I refuse to give up on you. And he puts them face to face, tears in his eyes. And even more than that, I refuse to let you give up on yourself. Not after all you've been through. Giving up now is... It's too sad. Sonia,
Hmm.
please.
She's going to flinch for a moment. Yeah, those are powerful words. But expression will go back to neutral once again. Words. Words. Again. See, I'm not convinced you can change things as easily as you made it seem. You'll have to prove to me that you can. You gave up on your friend, and you claim that you never had any window of opportunity to fix it in here. How sure of that are you? In my perspective, all I hear are more excuses. You're still not facing him properly. You know he's still out there. He's most likely well, actually, I don't know what would Sonia know. Or do we know he's been kidnapped? Do we have an inkling?
Nope.
Because nope, not at all. Well, in that case, well, he's probably still at back at the castle, right? You just need to go back real quick. We can spare a few minutes.
Didn't Keramon already say that he you know, handled Higeki?
Also, wouldn't like the scientists say something about the child being gone? We
You
went
tell
there
me?
after the kidnapping.
They probably
Yes.
actually, yeah, they probably would have communicated the kidnapping to you. They probably wouldn't know it's a kidnapping. They probably just say Higeki's gone. We don't know where he is. Potentially gone off on his own type thing, rather than, you know, we know for a fact that he's been kidnapped or whatever.
Okay. So so he knows that Higeki is gone somewhere. We don't know where. Did you? I guess I should ask you directly. Did you relay that information to the rest of the group, or did you keep it to yourself?
Sorry.
He would say, what? What were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
He would say it, but as the administration, before we do our own personal things, we have to make sure the world doesn't fucking end on the side.
Yeah, but that just means you're still prioritizing the world and not your friend. You're choosing once again to give up on him. Are you okay with this? Because if you are, then you
Do
are
you
giving up
have-
on me.
You have any for this for me? I spent so long searching and looking, reading and thinking just to save everything. And every single fucking time I do anything unrelated to that, there's this weight on my heart that I just indirectly killed someone that I could have saved. Maybe if I read one more fucking page of that encyclopedia instead of... Instead of having that talk with Stingmon before he left the city, maybe if I just rushed into the fucking room and studied my ass off and never did anything besides that, maybe people are dying every... It's too much. Too much. Every single time I try to do something for myself, I feel like I'm killing people. Can't take it.
I think
Oh my-
Doraemon rests a hand on your shoulder. if you can reach that.
Oh, what? Oh, Doraemon does have a hand. Sorry, yes.
Yes, Doraemon does.
Yes,
have
two
hands.
of hands.
Well, technically they're claws, but you know they're basically hands. Kageaki, I had no idea that you carried such weight.
Someone has to. I have the knowledge for this, so it's my responsibility to carry this weight. I'm best equipped for this.
But Kageaki, in burdening yourself with this knowledge, you are in fact hurting yourself.
I know, but what the fuck is the alternative? People are dying left and right. I don't have the time to take care of everyone and then myself as well.
But it's not your responsibility to take care of everybody else, Kageaki. I've made terrible mistakes in my past. We talked and worked through them together. And you're taking everyone's burden onto yourself, and that's not healthy. We should help the others work through their burdens, but we shouldn't take them upon ourselves. You taught me that. We can use our knowledge in a better way, Kageaki. Please, I don't want to see you in anguish anymore. And you, he says as he looks over at Sonia. This man here, he's doing everything that he can to protect you, to keep you safe, to show you that you are needed and wanted and part of a family. And look at what you're doing now, he says. You're throwing it in his face. You're isolating yourself. When all you want, all you need, is a family that you found already, he says. Sonia, I think Dorumon is raising your reckless and lowering your kind. How do you respond to that? Do you accept the words that he said to you, or do you deny them?
Well, she's accepting some of it and rejecting other parts, so I think the labeling change do make sense, you know, making her more reckless and less kind. And that's probably how she sees herself anyway, so she'll probably take the deal. But the talk I'm about to have might contradict this, so you tell me if that's wrong or not. So I'll wait on before changing the labels.
It's up to you how Sonia feels on the inside. You can say whatever you want on the outside.
I see. Well, in that case, I will take the deal. I agree on a primal level, but she was probably going to say some other things, you know, well, you'll see, I guess. Reckless up, kind down, blah. Goodbye, kind. You were my best friend in this world. Yeah, well, she's going to, hearing all of this from Dorumon, she's going to smile from ear to ear. Like, she knows all of this. She's heard all of this. And yeah, all she's going to say, yet another one. Knowing everything that I need to do and telling me what I need and what I want. Thank you for that, Sir Dorumon. Thank you for that. Before worrying about the sins of others, though, do you really think you have the luxury of commenting on what I've done and on what I'm doing right now? Are you sure you want to do this, Sir Dorumon?
What you're
You
doing?
know that... Yeah, go for it.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. You know that most of what we've been through right now will have happened if not for you, right? What do you have to say to that?
What do you mean? What are you saying?
Reboots, the reboots, all of the deaths of everyone involved. I've seen the carvings. I've heard the tales. Story goes that you're not a stranger to any of this. In fact, one might say you're primary cause of all of this. There's a fair argument to be made here. So, why should I be the one taking on the burden of being the bad one? Sir Dorman?
But I tried. I tried to stop it. It wasn't me. I just. I didn't do it in time. I got tricked. It wasn't me. It was Yggdrasil.
Yes.
It was them that tried to stop it. He points an accusatory finger at Stella. It was them, not me. I wanted to stop the genocide. I was trying to save everyone. You don't understand. He cries. And as the accusatory finger gets pointed at Stella, Caramon says, it seems everyone here has their secrets to hide. But look at this woman here, he says as he points down at Stella. Obviously she has nothing to hide. Right, Sonia? He says as he holds up another vial. Red this time.
Ooh,
He swirls it, and you see glimpses and images of Stella's memories. And you see Stella look up at him in fear. He's like, Caramon, what are you doing? I don't know why she's British now. Sorry. What are you doing, Caramon? That wasn't part of the deal. Don't show her that, she says.
Oh, that's interesting. Why shouldn't I see this?
Because it'll make you hate me, she says.
Ah. Well then, even more reason for me to watch it, I guess. Thank you, Caramon. Could you please?
He smashes the vial on the floor a second time. This time red smoke billowing out. Taisto. You just
Hi.
had Flame Wizard Mom be exploded in the back with a whole bunch of fiery pillar magic, and seen an Arlekimon slip through the portal, which now purplish and reddish smoke billowing out from. What do you do?
I think as Flame Wizardmon is getting exploded in the back, he. We're getting we can see him scream out in pain, and then he says to Candlemon that Candlemon something like, don't worry, I'm going to protect you this time. And then Taisto yells from the side that we need to get out of here, and probably should blast our way out of here. I think, yeah. I think that's what happens. I think Taisto scrambles to Flame Wizardmon, and then all four of them, start bolting for the portal.
Cool. You bolt for the portal, and an Arlekimon appears in front of you, wagging his fingers. I'm afraid that I'm not allowed to let you through here, he says in yet another different voice. You see, you might spoil the show for me, and I want to see how this goes down, he says, as he raises a card in front of himself and it starts to glow. you're going to have to get around this Alekimon to get through the portal. How do you do that?
That's an interesting way to say through Alekimon. I think you mispronounced it a bit. Yeah, we're going to. Well, I have a plan of attack. So we're gonna instead of trying to get around, we're going to try and get through. This Alekimon is clearly a fake one, definitely. I'm 10% sure of it.
Only 10%.
5% sure of it. Okay, 5%. About 5%.
Cool.
Yeah, but I think as Alekimon raises the playing card, the glowing playing card between like in front of him, I think Flame Wizardmon screams something like "That's enough," and wait, that's Taisto. Oh well.
Flame Wizardmon stole your catchphrase.
And he's going to strike out at Alekimon and try to force him to like explode himself with his own card.
So you're going to turn it back on him.
Something to
That's a
that
cool idea. Would you like to roll to directly engage a threat? I'd also like you before that, though, to roll to Digivolve, because you've definitely done something courageous.
Oh, thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. R2d6 plus 2. Here we go. It's an 11. Easy.
Cool. You are enveloped in a glow from your Digivice, and Flame Wizardmon digivolves to Mistymon. It bursts forth from the orange light. You get to clear a condition.
Yep, that was hopeless. We're definitely not hopeless now that we have Flame Wizardmon on our side. Mistymon on our side. And we're gonna just do a real quick. They've changed how these slash commands work recently. Oh well.
Bad.
Yeah. So Mistymon emerges from the orange light and strikes out at Alekimon, trying to. I think there's this like magic circle, like glowing magic circle that emanates from Mistymon's hand as he shoves it in front of him, and there's this kind of like a magical force that tries to repel Alekimon's hand, so that the card explodes in front of him and at him instead of at us. And we'll see if that works. Is this with disadvantage?
Yeah, he is a mega level Digimon, so I'm gonna say yes.
Right. Sure. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes. 3d6 plus, I think it's +2. Yeah, +2. Yep, +2. This is decent. It's 10.
You did it. Pick two of the options. I'm assuming
Yep.
you're going to take the card from him and obviously turn it on his head. But what else?
We're going to resist. We're going to resist or avoid his blows, and we're going to take the card from him. Yeah.
Cool.
We'll take their attack from him, I guess, or something like that. Yeah.
So yeah, you flip the card back towards him, and it explodes in his face, eviscerating that Alekimon. He explodes into a big blaze of fire. That if anybody other than a Mistymon was next to, probably really hurt them. But Mistymon slashes through it with his Heart of Fire sword. And yeah, you guys rush through the portal. You find yourself back in the human world, Taisto. You see
Oh no.
a very familiar setting that might be triggering for Taisto. You see the orphanage that you were in when you were trapped in Sonia's dreams. You're standing in the hallway.
Is it Christmas?
It's not Christmas.
Okay.
Everything's fine. False alarm.
False alarm. But we will have to revisit the Christmas Wonderlands on the when we get closer to Christmas. You find yourself back in the orphanage. You look ahead into what looks to be an office. And you see standing inside the office is a fully grown Sonia and Kagiaki, Stella wielding a blue sword, and Karamon floating ominously above them. As you crack the door open, you witness the scene that unfolds. We see Sonia, different Sonia, second Sonia, a little younger Sonia, sat in a chair, wiggling her feet by her side. She sat next to two adults that we haven't seen on screen before. In fact, we probably have seen them, but not like directly. And they're discussing adoption of Sonia with Sonia. Remind me, who was in charge of the orphanage again? It was a lady, wasn't it? If I remember rightly.
Yes, I believe you called her Elaine.
Elaine, that was it.
Yep.
Yes. So Elaine is sat on the other side of the table, and she's discussing having you be adopted by these two lovely people, Sonia. This is a memory that you might have buried, and from the trauma, so you don't quite remember it. And when you see it, you know it to be like a real scene. This is something that has happened to you, Sonia.
Mm-hmm.
You were about to be adopted, and then what happened next was the two adults, they got covered in green goop from buckets that fell from the ceiling. The documents that they were about to sign get ruined. They stand up furious, and Elaine seems to blame you, Sonia, because this keeps happening. Every time you're about to get adopted, something goes wrong and people get covered in goop or tripped over or have buckets land on their heads, and you had nothing to do with this. And then we see another scene from slightly earlier where Stella sneaks into Elaine's office, strings up some buckets, hangs them from the ceiling, fills them with green goop, waits outside holding a rope, waiting to pull and ruin your adoption. We hear her mumble to herself, "They're never taking my Sonia. They can't take her away from me. She's my little sister. I'm all she needs." And she pulls the cord and the goop goes over the parents again. And again, and again. Every time you're about to be adopted, until one day she ruins the wrong adoption. The adoption we just saw with the two parents who got covered in green goop. And they come back later in the afternoon when you're in timeout, and they introduce those parents to another girl in the orphanage, Stella. But Stella hadn't prepared for this. Stella didn't realize she was going to have an adoption talk this afternoon. And those adults adopted her that day. And she had to leave you, Sonia, forever. We see her driving away in a car. She looks out the back, puts a hand against the glass, and sees you looking back at her, sad and crying as she's driven away in the car. And then you hear screeching and a smash, and the memory ends. Stella looks really, really, really guilty right now. Her face is like ashen. How did this memory make you feel, Sonia?
Well, it recontextualizes a lot of things for sure. uh, she is going to be, well, bewildered that she would do something like this. Sure, and she realizes that if she did the same thing to all of her siblings, it's because of that influence from Stella in the first place, and that she followed in her footsteps without knowing. So she would probably be quite conflicted about all this. So, it was you. You wanted me by your side, huh? And yet you chose to leave me right afterwards. Why is that? Chose to leave me time and time again afterwards. And yet this is what you did? You dare trying and act superior, more superior than me, like you did, like you were morally in the right this whole time, and yet look at you.
I didn't want to leave you, Sonia. I wanted to be your big sister for forever and ever. I didn't mean to steal your chance at having a happy family or anything. I just wanted you to be happy with me. I thought you'd understand, but
Oh, don't worry. That's not the part I'm angry at. I've done the same thing to all the little ones at some point. So trust me, I understand really well. What I do not understand is why you decided to leave afterwards, after all of this. Why you decided to throw me away? Why you said to me that you wanted a happy life? Why can't you be happy for me, Sonia? You said to me. After all of this, that's what I do not understand.
I wanted you to be brave, and I knew I'd come visit and we'd be happy again, but we wouldn't be able to spend all our time together anymore. And well, I wanted you to be strong and be the big sister for everyone else while they miss me, but then everything happened so fast.
It's not your.
I think the next thing you see on the screen is a completely totaled car. A car that Sonia might have been driving home in if it wasn't for Stella gooping the parents. The car is flipped on its head. The parents crawl out from the front seats, injured and bruised. But Stella in the back seat is nowhere to be found. It's completely crushed against the ground. We see a hand maybe sticking out from a cracked window. Pale, blood seeping out from underneath it. How does Sonia react to seeing this?
Well, mixture of shock, maybe a bit of sadness, and a bit, weirdly enough, she's still angry about all of this. Even this, like, wow. After all that, you got it good, huh? Managed to escape. Good for you. How lucky you were. Look at that. Tragic hero. Tragic character.
You think I was lucky? Sonia, I died, she says, pointing at that car wreck. I can't ever go home, he says. But you can go home. And with this magic in Karamon's book, I might be able to go with you and we can live a happy family life like we always wanted. Wouldn't that make you happy, Sonia? says she looks a little angry now that you're sort of stomping on the fact that she died in a car crash.
I wonder why. You know very well, as well as I do, that all this wasn't really true. Did it? Was it? That's not a real family. You know that more than I do. You want me to live a lie? I believe that dying when you did was really, really lucky of you. Yes. It would have been so much easier for me if I were the one dying and not having to think about all I did and all about my miserable life. I could have been content with the fact that this is what I deserved after all. Miserable child as in birth, miserable child in death. You're truly fortuitous. You know that.
Tyster, you definitely overhear this.
Yeah, I was just about to, I was just about to chime in. Sorry. Yes.
What the fuck is going on?
That's enough! Fucking died!
Oh, he died!
Oh no! What timing? Holy shit!
That's dramatic timing. Oh, he's back. Hi.
And then I immediately disconnect. As soon as I want to say something, I disconnect.
You're like,
Alright.
yeah, I'm about to chime in, and you just T-pose.
I do wonder what is going on over here then. Tycho says as he walks to the scene from the side, probably quite confused.
Imagine so, yes. Oh man.
You know, Alekimon, if you want to try illusions, you should know that these don't work on me so well anymore. I proved that against Piemon.
You hear munching next to you, Tysto. And you see,
I wish to see what it is.
you turn your head and you see an audience of Arlekimon eating popcorn and pointing and laughing and giggling at the scene unfolding before them.
Yeah, Tyson turns to the audience of Alekimon and says, "Is this your idea of fun? These crude imitations that could never be, you know, the real thing."
Oh, this is quite fun. Yeah, it's really fun, says a couple of the voices from the audience. We didn't put on this show, but it's entertaining. I've not had this much fun in years. One of them roars from the front.
You do realize that you got Sonia's hair color wrong.
I mean, you can blame him for that, he says as he points up at Caramon. He says, look, I'm enjoying the show. You sit down or I'm going to have to kill you, okay? He says.
I guess Tysto turns around to look at Keramon, who is apparently here somewhere.
He's sort of floating
Mac
above it all.
Keramon.
He's floating behind Stella, sort of looking very pleased with himself. You see him jolt forward and float before Sonia one more time. He says, so now you see, Sonia. You're twisted and broken inside because of Stella. Your friends have a tendency to abandon those they make bonds with. And you've never
He
truly
says as Daisto walks into the scene with everyone they cared about.
and you've never truly fit in as a chosen one. So sign my book. We can change the terms if you want. I don't have to give you a family. I can just send you home. Give you the power you need to survive by yourself, he says. And Stella sort of looks at him and goes, What? That wasn't what we agreed to, Caramon. Stop joking around.
Would you look at that? You're surprised that Caramon isn't as nice as he made it, as he appeared at first. If only you listened to me. Oh, who could have predicted such a predicament? Well, not so fun now, huh?
Obviously, fake Sonia, you're being kind of an ass to Stella right now.
Is he able to interact with us, or is he stuck in his own little plane of existence? Or
he can interact with you. You can see Tyster.
Okay,
He's
okay.
walked into the scene.
Oh, would you look at that? Hero late on the scene, as usual. Yes, it is I, fake Sonia. The illusion Sonia, the clone Sonia. Obviously, I couldn't be the real me. You know the real me better than anyone else. So what is it that you want? You want to preach to me again? You want to grab my collar and slam me against the wall again?
Well, I'm sorry if I seem late. I was quite busy trying to save these two. Daisto says as he gestures to the Candlemon and the egg. I thought you would have been, the real Sonia would have been quite appreciative of me taking care of these younger ones. But anyway, I'm trying to deal with Alekimon right now, so if you illusions could calm down and not sign any books while I'm gone.
I think it's at that moment the audience of Alekimon start booing when you say that, Tysto. And you see a card slide out across the platform of wherever this illusion of a memory is taking place, and slides under Sonia's feet and begins to glow the ominous grenadey glow that you're ever so familiar with.
Yeah, I want to tackle Sonia to the ground, away from the card. There's no hesitation.
Cool, roll to defend Sonia.
Sure.
And you pass right through her because she acted an illusion. Ooh, spooky.
So, Tyster, you actually don't think this is an illusion, though?
Yeah, it would seem so.
6.
So I give him a 10 since I'm still hugging Sonia.
Sure. So that's a 7 then. So you do it, but you expose yourself to danger, Tyster. Could you describe how that might happen?
I think as Daisto tries to, I think as the card slides under Sonia, I think Daisto hesitates. Unlike what I just described, I think Daisto hesitates for a second. He's like, "Well, this is an illusion that we don't care about," and then he's gets this. It takes a moment for his instincts to kick in, and then he starts tackling Sonia away. But in doing so, he actually just replaces Sonia with himself, so that he gets blasted by the card instead.
Die.
No.
I mean,
He dies.
I don't.
That's about that.
I don't blame Tyster for thinking it was an illusion. I mean, Kagiaki hugging someone and crying? Yeah, that's totally an illusion.
Yeah. And Sonia, like I said, Sonia has the wrong hair color.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Talk about inconsistent.
You defend Sonia, you push her out of the way, and Kagiaki helps shield her from the blast as they fall to the ground together. and you get hit full force by a massive blast of Arlecchimon fire. And as you like squint your eyes to prepare for the impact, you feel nothing. Nothing hurts you, Taisto. And then when you open your eyes, you see that Mistymon has stood in front of you. He's sort of blocked the blast of the fire and took the full brunt of it. He's going to take a powerful blow, please. From a foe that is more powerful than him.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for. Also, as for my hit on the defend thing, I'm going to take influence over Sonia, please.
Do you already have influence, or do you not hold the remote?
I do not already have
nope.
influence.
Okay, cool. So yeah, gain influence over Sonia.
Okay, that triggers my move, doesn't it? When you take... No, it's the opposite. Okay, yeah, it levels the shift. Yeah.
13.
Okay, you now have influence over me. Youpee.
Get outplayed.
Yes. 13. So let's see. Never give up, never surrender. On a hit, you stand strong and choose one. And I don't mark a condition. All right. Let's see. I think we're going. This doesn't actually really fit the situation at the moment, unfortunately. What do you guys think? Should we get an opportunity or an opening against the attacker, rally from the hate, inspiring the team, or keep the attacker's attention?
Feel free to keep his attention as I keep totally working through Sonya.
Right. I think we're gonna keep. Yeah. Well, let's do that. I think that's what's gonna happen. Arlecchimon is gonna get real pissed that we're gonna keep ruining his fun, so he's gonna focus on Taisto now. Yeah, we keep the attacker's attention.
Okay, cool. I'd also like you to roll to Digivolve, because that was very courageous, sacrificing yourself to save Sonya.
Please.
Oh,
Your soul.
okay. If you say so. 2d6 plus 1, I think.
And you will reach your goal.
6. No evolutions for me today, or right now.
Where did you roll that? I don't see it.
He rolled it in the music channel.
Oh, in the music channel. I'm sorry. Yes. Of course, if this is the music channel, it doesn't count, so I obviously get a reroll in the.
That's how it works.
Absolutely. No, actually, that's why it doesn't work, because you use the wrong Digivolve.
If you roll in the music channel, it always brings up wardens. It's just how it works. Okay, so maybe your Digivolution fails. Why might the Digivolution fail at this point? You've done something courageous, but maybe it's not as courageous as we think as an audience. Maybe something is going on inside Taisto that makes him feel like that wasn't courageous. That was maybe something that was selfish for him in a way. I don't know, trying to frame it in a way that's not courageous.
Yeah, I think what matters here is the hesitation, and in that he feels like he was so absorbed by the like the thought that this is an illusion or some kind of a trick that he kind of ignored his own morals, that he should be there to try and help, and he was willing to gamble away on Sonya's. He still doesn't think that it's an illusion, I think, or that he probably still thinks it's a trick, but should he be willing to gamble on that in a situation like this? Also, it wasn't really Taisto who actually suffered the consequences. It was Mistymon who suffered the consequences of his hesitation or rush to action. So he doesn't think he's being very courageous here, or something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, cool. So maybe he's just not feeling it. Like he's got this sort of inner feeling that he shouldn't have hesitated, and maybe he feels a little bit, well, not guilty, but like he made a mistake almost. Kagayaki almost lets off.
Well, I mean, he has a bad he has a bad tendency of hesitating when someone else is in danger, and then someone suffers the consequences. He does have a bit of that, you know.
Okay, cool. So while Mistymon and Taisto keep Arlekimon's attention and fight at least 7 clones by themselves, which
Don't worry
probably isn't
about.
going to go super well, Kagayaki, what do you do to try and help and snap Sonya out of it while Karamon is like
Kagayaki-
in her face, taunting her, almost goading her into thinking that she can be alone, telling her that they can change the terms of the deal?
Kagayaki finds the opportunity to catch her by surprise and says, "Why do you hate yourself?"
Ooh. Why do I hate myself? Great question. Why wouldn't I?
You. So many people are risking lives, their skin, right now, trying to get you to see your worth. Yet you still allow your self-hatred to control your actions. Still refuse to accept that you have worth.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't the girl you thought I was then. Huh.
You are. But you are. You think I don't know how hating oneself feels like? Were you not listening earlier?
Oh, I see. I see your tears. I see that you feel a lot of things about myself. But you still truly don't know who I am. I'm someone who likes to pretend to do good things for others. I'm someone who likes to pretend to help people because it
No,
makes
you're
myself feel a little better. But
No, you're
deep
not.
down,
You help people and you lie to yourself. That's all a lie. Because you hate yourself and you refuse to actually look at you and realize what's the truth. You are hiding from the pain. Even now, hiding from the pain. It's easier to paint yourself the villain than it is to accept. Step inside. Trust me, I know that so well. I've been neglecting. I've been neglecting my caring about myself so much. It's been getting worse and worse, but I tell myself there's no time instead of helping myself. You're the same, but instead focusing on others, you some reason focus on hurting yourself as much as you possibly can. You're hurting yourself right now. And it hurts so much to look at. Go through all that, come out deciding to just punish yourself for what other people think. To just they think I'm an asshole, I'll just keep doing bad things, then they'll be right. It will be a lot easier then. That's not a good way of going about it. The one you hurt the most is yourself.
well, seems I've been doing it going about it the wrong way again. Maybe you're right. Well, of course you are. You are one of the chosen ones. You are one of the heroes. You are being that is made to save everything, and that will end up triumphant no matter what. I know.
I'm not. I'm just a kid who's way over his head. I
Maybe you
make
are.
mistakes at every turn. Half of our victories are just flukes. A miracle at the end of the day that saved everything.
So, question. I don't do this very often, but I think that'd be funny. I usually keep the balance track stuff at the very end of the session because it's easier for myself. But right now, for effect, could I use it now? Could I, does Tuck, have I have talked openly about the darkness for quite a while now, would you say?
Yes, you definitely have.
So, how much balance would you give me for this?
You gain 1 each time you do it, right?
Yep.
Yes. So we've had what, like 3 scenes now with Sonia talking about the darkness. So I'm gonna say gain 3 balance.
Okay, so I will gain 3 balance, level up, so I'm at 2.
Something really funny about you getting blessings out of this.
Yes.
I mean, at the end of the day, it is good for her to open up about their struggles and their darkness and whatnot, because eventually
Yes,
they'll come around.
yeah.
Hopefully.
Mhm.
Fingers
Hopefully,
crossed.
who knows? But you need to. You know,
Sonia was
mention
the
this,
master all along. Her big scary green arms are going to come out next.
Woo! I had green arms all along. You just didn't really look very closely. I don't know. Yes. So I gained the portal ability.
Okay.
Yep, that's fun. So what I'm about to do is probably
Oh,
use
no.
said portal ability. Yes. So it's like, thank you, Kagayaki, for all of these kind words. Unfortunately, I seem to be unable to listen to any words you say right now, because sadly, you are a liar. Sadly, Taisto is a liar. Sadly, Stella is a liar. Sadly, Garamon is also a liar. Sadly, everyone here seems to be lying about something important in their lives. So I cannot trust everything you say right now. But if you want me to believe you, and I can, you will have to prove it with actions. And first of all, you'll have to bring your friend to me and have him say that, and have him forgive you for what you did, and have him put him first for once, and maybe try and save me next if I need so much, so badly to be saved. As you say, you'll need to prove that I need to be saved. So I shall leave you for now. I shall wait and see how you all prove to myself that I have in the worth, and that you just don't say these things to me, so I stop throwing my tantrum, or so I stop so I stop myself from signing this clearly evil book, because I know, Caramon, that you're not actually planning on, you know, following through on your on the end of the deal, because, well, you just proved to me, you just showed that you were willing to alter the deal on a whim, just to get what you want. So sadly, I cannot trust you either. So you will not get what you want. No one here will get what they want.
All I want, Sonia, is for you to get what you want. I am here to grant your wish.
Well then, you won't see any objections as me going away then. And a portal will open under Sonia. But contrary to the usual pink bright portal that appears out of thin air, it will be more like a puddle of black ink that slowly forms under Sonia as she sinks slowly into it. Well, better find me then, and quick. I might do something crazy. You know, I'm a ticking time bomb after all. That's what you all think. Goodbye, everyone. Farewell. And
You'll
leave the
see-
scene.
Yeah, Sonia sinks into a black portal of goop. What do you all do?
And I immediately erase 2 on my my balance track and leave. I don't know, celestial light is gone now. Blip.
Explosion, crash, bang, boom. That's what is happening over here. Yeah.
Happy fun times. Yeah.
Yes.
Kageki, what do you do when you see Sonia just sink into this pool of ink, calling you a liar?
Matt! Still not too late. Geramon, you absolute psychopathic manipulative piece of shit! Fireball!
He bats it away like it's nothing. You think I hoped for this outcome, Kagayaki? It was certainly unexpected.
Yeah, it's
I
unexpected.
will get
Coming when she's wake.
her signature, one way or another, he says as he slaps his book closed. And throws it back through the portal that he came through. The illusion of the memory of yours and Stella's fades away, and you find yourself back in the corridor. One way or another, Sonia will have her wish granted, he says, as he leaves through the portal and closes it behind him, taking Stella with him.
Beelzebub, please fucking help.
He's there like, whoa! You guys just disappeared all of a sudden, where'd you go?
It's complicated. TLDR, Keramon is emotionally manipulating Stella, Sonia, and Sonia. Sonia has reached her tipping point. We need to get rid of our Lekimon right fucking now so that we can go after her. Please help.
Wait, you said Alekimon?
Yeah, that piece of shit over there.
He snaps his fingers and a motorbike appears beside him. He mounts the motorbike and he says, well, unfortunately, I gotta go wash my hair, he says. He like kicks his motorbike and it darts up and he like vrooms off down the corridor in the opposite direction. He's like, peace out, I'll see you later, guys, bye! As he runs for his bits.
No, funnily enough, I feel calmer now. God fucking damn it, Beelzebumon.
You turn to see Taisto clashing with Arlecchimon. There's 7 Arlecchimon all throwing playing cards at Mistymon, who's like slashing them away with his sword and using his little orb to fire beams of hot fire outs to burn the cards up. And the Arlecchimon seem to be having such a good time, giggling and laughing to themselves, tormenting Taisto and Mistymon. Taisto, how do you and Mistymon defend yourself against 7 enemies that, as you clash with them, all seem to be very real?
That's enough trickery from you, Alekimon.
That's enough, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough, that's enough.
Catchphrase!
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think Mistymon takes up the orb that he has and starts charging it with fire, and then shoots like 7 core darts out of it. Each one going for a different Lekimon, trying to get them to go into defensive, while Taisto tries to again still keep both the egg and Candlemon safe behind him, so that they don't get hurt by whatever playing card trickery that Alekimon is trying to toss their way.
Cool. Roll to directly engage a threat with disadvantage, please.
Oh, we're so fucking mad at him that we are going to probably clear angry in order to not roll this with disadvantage. Thank you very much.
Okay.
2d6 plus 2, I think. Yeah, that's correct. It's a 5. Like every time I use this, I roll garbage. Oh boy.
Okay, so you charge the orb with firepower and shoot out darts in several directions to try and hit all the Alekimon. They all laugh at you and catch the darts between their fingers, holding the flames as if it were their own, with their giant hands made out of playing cards like floating behind them, and they turn the darts around and They say, "This should be entertaining." And he lets go, and the darts fly straight back towards you. They pierce the armor of Mistymon several times over, hitting him in the arms, in the legs, through the stomach, and he drops to the ground with a big thud. Taisto, I'd like you to mark a fray, please.
Sure thing. We're dead.
I'm dead!
Kageyaki, you see Mistymon get absolutely, like, obliterated almost. What do you do? Like you said earlier, it's your responsibility to keep these knuckleheads safe.
Alright. Are we in a completely empty room? Please tell me there's at least a grimoire around.
It's a hallway that you're in right now. There's several rooms down the corridors. You know that further up the corridor there is Ancient Wisemon's office, which had a whole bunch of books and arcane magic grimoires and whatnot.
Well, we're in an empty fucking hallway, so there's nothing I can really use to evolve here. And if I don't evolve, I'm no good. So I'll charge for Ancient Wiseman's office and try to find any spells that can help.
Cool, you charge, you teleport with Sanglikmon in the shadows whilst Taisto continues to get beaten on. You find yourself in an office with a big oak desk and several bookshelves along the walls. There's various grimoires filled with varying types of magic. He's quite helpfully sorted them by the types of magic that they have. What kind of thing are you looking for here, Kageyaki?
Something that can actually deal with our Lekimon. So
you notice that there are several books about the wards set up in the school. You have a read and a flip through, skim reading as fast as you can, and realize that these wards are supposed to keep intruders out and aren't easy to bypass. They must have been bypassed somehow. In this case, some kind of assassin scroll allowed them to bypass it. But if you were to somehow change the frequency of these wards in the school, it would eject all intruders that you set the parameters for.
right. And also, I'll pop my head out the window and scream, "The Digi assassins are here! Get the guards!"
You hear the, like, a commotion outside as several Aquazidmon run into the building.
That should help. Time to find the fucking words.
Cool. So do you want to, as you look around in the book, you realize that they're set up on the outside of the buildings. You saw in the room that Beelzemon sort of ambushed you in, and on this side of the Ancient Wiseman's office, there were windows to the outside, and they place the wards in the center of the wall on the outside of the building. There is one either side of the building, and they sort of meet in the middle and create a protective field inside the school.
Shadowy tentacles are very, very soft. Certainly I can survive if all. I think. Taboo.
I thought for sure that you'd meld into shadows.
Yeah, there's also that. So yeah, yeet. While sending Taisto a message, just please stay alive for a bit longer. I'm doing everything I can.
Taisto, you receive this message from Kageyaki that he's doing everything he can, and he's nowhere to be seen. What does that make you feel like not seeing Kageyaki there? After all you've been through, obviously you've had a lot of spats and arguments, and he's actively ignored you quite a few times. How does it feel to know that he sent you a message saying he's going to help, but at the same time it looks like he's left you and ran?
You mean the illusion of Kagayaki that just jumped out of the window? To say, yeah, that illusion that sent me an illusory message.
Yes, it's totally an illusion. I mean, those tears can't be real.
It's Kagayaki. Like, Exhibit A, this is Kagayaki. Case closed.
That can't be Kagayaki. Kagayaki's right there, he says, so she points to an actual scarecrow. The resemblance is uncanny.
Oh. Anyway, speaking of Taisto trying to survive, what is Alekimon doing right now? In which 7 different ways is Alekimon trying to kill me right now?
So after he's pierced the Mistymon with several of his own darts, Alekimon closes in. One of the arms on his back that is made of playing cards grabs a different arm and rips it out of his back and turns it into a very long sword made out of playing cards. But you can tell it's sharp because he drops it to the ground and drags it along the floor, smiling gleefully as he's trying to strike fear into you. You see that the sword sort of digs a massive crevice in the ground as he drags it along behind him, skipping towards you gleefully. "This is going to be so much fun," he says, as he walks towards a helpless Mistymon, the other clones dissipating and disappearing as he absorbs the energy into his sword. This is the real Alekimon. He raises the sword above his head and tries to bring it down on Mistymon. What do you do? Just to bear in mind, for a mega level Digimon, Alekimon is tiny. Alekimon is about the size of you, Taisto.
Oh, so you're telling me that Alekimon is very puntable?
He's very punchable, yes.
No, puntable. Then he can be punted.
Yeah, he's puntable as
Please
well.
never say that.
Right. I think as Alekimon Alekimon raises the sword and prepares to strike down at Mistymon, Taisto yells from behind like, "Oh no, you don't!" and appears and tries to punt him into the distance like a football, or as Americans would say it, a soccer ball.
Okay, so you're gonna punt Alekimon, okay?
Yes, yes. Taisto chooses violence and tries to kick Alekimon into the distance. Yes.
Okay. Roll to directly engage a threat.
Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want me to roll?
I'm trying to think whether it be unleash your powers or not.
Or maybe it just fails? Like, I don't know.
I'm thinking, give me a sec. So,
Sure, go ahead.
he is the size of you. He isn't the size of a football, so he'd be pretty hard to just punt.
Oh, but that's what I asked. Is he puntable?
I mean, he's puntable in the sense that you can kick him in the ass, yeah.
I was thinking of like something like, I don't know, smaller than Hobbit sized.
Oh no, he is small for a Mega Digimon. He is as big as you.
Okay. In that case, yeah, going back to plan A, which is punching him in the face. Yeah, or plan B, I guess, or whatever the previous plan. Punch him in the face.
Okay, I think because you are a human and he is a mega level Digimon, you
Yes.
keep punching him in the face. And
Yes, that is
you
fair.
hurt your hand very badly.
Yes, that is fair.
And he continues to step forward with the sword being raised above his head as he walks towards Mistymon. And Taisto keeps punching and punching and punching. And then we cut to Kageyaki, who's on the outside of the building tampering with one of the wards. Could you unleash your powers, Kageyaki, to see if you can get this ward to do what you want it to do?
I don't know, can I? That's +3. Yippity doo da. 11.
Cool. So that ward resets, and at that exact moment, Taisto, you land a punch in Alekimon's face, and the ward pulses through the school, knocking him off balance. Could you roll to unleash your powers, please, and see if you can punch Alekimon off his feet?
I'd rather not, if that's okay with you, actually.
Unleash
26,
your soul,
minus-
and you will reach your goal.
No. Oh, oh, who would have guessed?
Cool.
You need to
going
stop
great,
giving
right?
me potential. I'm dying, man.
Don't worry, it looks like you'll die before you reach the full potential.
You land a punch on Alekimon and knock him off balance, but he takes that as a sort of insult. Like a puny human has managed to punch him in the face and make it hurt. He feels the pulse of the ward go through him and realizes he's almost out of time and he can't savor this moment anymore. So he swings his sword down and buries it in Mistymon's stomach. Mistymon screams in agony, his data splurging from his mouth, as he grabs hold of the sword and keeps it inside his stomach. Alekimon can't move. This is one of his arms. He's stuck there. He
Yeah,
looks up
I'm
at
not bitch.
he looks up at Alekimon, and he sort of just very chivalrously goes, "If I'm going down, you're coming with me." Kageyaki, you fly to the other side of the building as fast as you can.
Go.
Can you roll to unleash your powers to see if you can get there before Alekimon can twist this sword any further?
I can make an attempt. 10!
Cool, you make it no problems and start tinkering with the ward. It lights up blue and activates, sending a shockwave through the school. Alekimon gets pinned down by a huge gravitational force and gets ripped through a portal beneath his feet, screaming, "No! I wasn't done!" And the portal behind him closes as he's ejected forcefully from the school. Out of curiosity, I'm assuming that when you tampered with the seal, you tampered with it in such a way that it would not eject you or Taisto, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't really help to get us in the same spot if it... I don't know where it sends you, so if it sends us to the same spot, it's pointless.
Cool. So Alekimon gets ejected. Taisto, just in the nick of time, Kageyaki's plan enacted, but
You mean something
Mistymon-
weird happened that cannot be explained.
Mistymon is incredibly injured. He de-digivolves right back down into Ghostmon almost instantly the moment Alekimon disappears. Data is spewing out of a hole in his stomach. He looks up at you and he's like, "We got him good, huh?" He looks over at Candlemon and the egg. He's says, at least we managed to keep them safe, huh? At least they're gonna be okay now.
Oh, don't talk like that. You're gonna make it.
Maybe
You're
this
gonna
will
be fine.
be the start of me atoning for what I did to him. He puts a hand on top of the egg. Says, I'm sorry for everything I did. I hope that one day I can make things up to you, he says, and then he faints and collapses into your arms, Taisto.
No. Oh, he's not dead. Oh, never mind then.
I think we're going to
sorry.
cut to black there, unless you want to say something.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We can definitely cut to black.
Cool.
Okay, today went well, I think.
I would like.
Yeah, as overall, I think we all advanced the game very well, and we're all one step closer to our goal of beating Lampmon.
Yes.
This is not
nothing bad happened
exactly
this
the
episode.
direction I expected this episode to go, but
Oh really? Why?
but it was a very fun session, and I really enjoyed Evil Sonia.
Jesus Christ!
I will say it went pretty much as I planned. So I'm fine.
I want an after credits scene, Sonia, of where you ended up when you portaled away. Could you give us any indication of where you might have turned up?
Okay, so that will depend on you. Because, well, there's only so many places I can go. But I would argue that since I saw Lampman's castle in a vision once, and he interacted with me by seeing through me somehow beyond the vision, that perhaps we could say that I've been in this place, at least in a astral projection sort of way, and that might count as a place that I could teleport to, especially since I now have a full darkness thing going on that could be used as an excuse to write this off. So if she could, if she has the choice and the ability to go, she would go directly to Lampont's castle or whatever it was, fort, broken place. I think it was a broken castle of some kind. Yeah, she would go directly there on her own.
What are you?
If not,
What are you planning to do once you get there? Then I'll decide. Because obviously Lampman's the big bad for this season. So if you appear next to him,
I don't know.
I don't want you to just appear next to him and go die, dead. I mean, I'm more than happy for you to appear in the same room as him. That's totally fine.
Well, we are probably. I don't know if I should say all of this right now, but she is planning on just ending it one way or another. So someone might, so something will happen next time. So might. Oh no, Fred died. Who cares? So she would first try to talk to Lampman to see what he's about. You know, he's the big chief of it all, and she's sick of having to tiptoe around his antics, and she wants to know what he truly wants, because he's the root cause of all of this. So, either she manages to end him. H's are difficult for me. And him, or she will just die next episode. We'll see. She's doing something really stupid right now.
Okay. So I think we'll open up on a throne room. We see Lampman sat on his throne. He's reading a book. And he snaps it closed and looks up at the ceiling and sees black ooze dripping, and we see Sonia descend upside down from the ceiling through this black goop and then flip down and land the right way up in front of Lampman. Greetings, Digidestined, Lampman says.
Hello, I hear you've been searching for me. Here I am.
I've been expecting you, he says. It seems you've chosen by yourself to go down the path of darkness. No meddling required. He smiles. I'm sure you're dying to know why you're worth more than the others.
And say I'm not curious, indeed.
You see, the crest of light is one of duality. You nurture the light within others, but at the cost of your own light. There's a darkness within, and I seek to harness it. That is my truth. I will not lie to you, as others have, he says.
Oh, that's good. That's a good move on his part. That's a good move.
Join me, Sonia. Abandon your role as chosen one. And together, we can bring about a new world. One where nobody has to lose their loved ones, lose their families. Where we make the rules. What say you, Digidestined of Light? And we'll cut to black on that decision.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh.
And we'll do end of session stuff. Who wants to start?
Well, I'd say I grew closer to everyone involved.
Yeah, I think that's an easy pick for all three of us.
Well, first off, I'd say I did something stupid without consulting the rest of the group, so I probably could clear Insecure.
Oh, definitely.
Yep. So I'm free of all conditions, hooray! And, well, to be honest, I probably grew away from, that's a pretty obvious one. I grew away, I just Kagayaki right now because he's the one that's been most directly involved. She doesn't believe what he had to say, and she saw the worst of him in full display, well, through these flashbacks and all. So she's severing ties with him for now, and waits from how he's going to react next.
Okay.
So yeah, what does it do? Do I have influence over? I believe I did have influence over. Kagaki has influence over me. I have influence over him. Yes. So yes.
So
Run
Kageki,
away.
you lose influence over Sonia. And don't forget, if you would like to, you may mark an optional potential. I know you're very close to the top of your track though, so you might not want to.
Yeah, I probably won't for now. I think it's fine anyways.
Who wants to go next?
Well, taking influence away from Sonia doesn't quite work. She hasn't given up on her yet. But could be painted, or she's speaking mostly nonsense, trying to hide from the pain. So she's basically not listening to what she's saying until she's back to normal. That makes sense?
Makes sense. Yeah, makes
Yeah,
enough sense.
Then I'll take influence away from.
So I lose influence. The other side as well. Blup, blup, blup. Weirdly
And,
enough, I gain influence over. I gain influence over Taisto. Taisto gain influence over me in all this chaos. I don't know how you manage this, you sneaky boy.
Haha.
the one person that can save Sonia now is Taisto.
No
Maybe.
pressure.
I mean, no, Kagayaki
Alright,
will
my
keep
turn?
trying. I did explain the reasoning.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
joking.
yes, yes.
I'm just joking.
Tashimo, my turn.
Yep.
Yes.
I think Taisto has grown further away from Sonia, for reasons that should be immediately obvious once he realizes that it wasn't an illusion.
Really? Why?
So yeah,
That's a
it
weird
comes as
choice.
a shocker. Yeah, I know it's shocking, but yeah.
So yeah, lose influence over Taiso as well. Blip. I still have
And
influence
I'm
over
not-
Pablo and Zach. Yeah.
I
that's
also
good.
have influence over Pablo.
Yeah.
I have influence over a bunch of NPCs, funny enough.
Who are they again?
I also have a
Hugamon, Oogie Boogiemon, Dad, the Demon Lord. That's Pilomon, by the way. I have influence
Yes.
over Pilomon still.
The darkness inside.
And Mr. No Legs.
Mr. No Legs. What?
Fun fact.
That's so insensitive.
I still have influence over Snymon
Wow.
from the first episode.
I'm sure that will come in handy.
Yeah,
Yes,
my
I know.
influence over
It's been
Hugamon
there
is
forever.
like when we fucking fought.
You probably also have influence over a lot of other Digimon who you saved and helped throughout your time in the digital world. It's just gone unspoken.
All right, I think it was mentioned how we have influence over
Yes.
cost, over cooler cost.
Yeah. I think when we set up the trade post. and
When we
whatnot.
try to gaslight them for their own good, for the record, trying to get the father not to realize he was eating his child is a valid reason to gaslight. Nice.
Yeah, I think you.
Did we or did you get the influence?
I think we all
Well,
had it. Pretty sure.
I think you've probably already had influence over things like Cooler Coast and.
True, we did
whatnot.
save them
Because we saved their
saved
ass,
them
bombing
before.
from Bomb and Animon and
Yeah.
from the pirates.
but we couldn't save Bomber Nani from
He was fine, wasn't he? in
one
the
of them
end?
is fine, yes.
No, he wasn't fine. He became depressed and decided to become a Citrimon, and now he's just a giant walking
man.
orange.
Ah,
It's just travesty,
Citramon's a thing that exists.
Oh
And
boy.
he's running in 2024 as well. Oh god.
Also, I want to
Oh,
point
no.
out. I want to point out that Weight of the World Finnish cover. It might as well be chaos language for me, since I can't understand shit.
I don't understand either, but I thought that was appropriate.
So it's
I
straight up
understand
chaos
everything.
language for anyone who doesn't know Finnish. Are we all good
I
for
don't
next
know.
Sunday, by the way?
I don't know. It's a bit.
You actually understand. Obviously, it doesn't work for you.
Yes. I don't know if this comes as a shock, but I do actually like Finnish is my native language.
Really?
I am shooketh.
Wow! The plot thickens.
Nani.
But yeah, we're playing next week, right?
All according.
Yeah,
to
we're
the-
playing next week. We're playing next week, and is it the week after as well? Yeah, probably.
It's
The week after
yes.
that is Christmas Day.
No, it's not. It's
No,
11 and
it's-
then 18th.
Yes.
Yeah, they are marked in the calendar.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, my bad. Yeah. I'm
Are we
already,
playing
I
on
was
the
already like, today is
32nd?
the 11th.
We're definitely playing on Christmas, right, guys?
Are we playing on the 32nd?
32nd. Yes.
It's not marked on the
Uh,
calendar for whatever reason, but
It's unfinished forever.
finish.
Can you all just finish with the Finnish puns already?
No.
So yeah, so we probably won't have a game the Christmas week.
Yeah, definitely.
And the week after that probably not so.
It's
either, because
literally New Year's.
it is New Year as well.
I am hoping that we can wrap up this arc either next episode or in the episode thereafter, so we can have a Christmas special.
Two-parter maybe works. I don't.
So yeah, fingers crossed that we'll be able to have our Christmas special as we have done for the past 2 years. Can't believe it's been going on that long as well. Like it doesn't feel like we've been role playing for that long.
It hasn't
Yeah,
been going
time's
on
right.
It's
We
been,
had Chris.
I-
I'm sure.
Yes,
It's
it has
been
been
like
2 years, right?
it's 1 year and 8 months or something like that.
Yeah, well,
Because
sure.
I only remember one.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we have only had one Christmas.
Oh, I'm thinking of Zachary's birthday, not the.
Ah,
That's what
yeah.
Oh
I'm
no
thinking
no
of.
no! That was
That was a great
Kaisto psychologically torturing Zachary for like 3 hours.
That was the best.
I still remember him basically saying, "Yeah, we don't love you at all."
Jesus Christ, the poor kid.
It's not my fault.
Memories.
I mean, it's definitely is my fault. It's not Dice. I mean, it's also Dice's fault. But it's. But what I mean is, don't think about it too hard. Also, I think it's very. I'm pretty sure that Dice hasn't actually like made any like meaningful lies, really.
He hasn't made meaningful lies.
Yeah, no, I don't think it. Yeah, like Sonia accused him as well of being a liar. Like Daisto is a liar, she said, and I do not agree with that.
Well, I bet you don't actually.
So in the next scene that you have with Sonia, maybe you can confront her about calling you a liar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe
So
maybe
Sonia
I
was
could smack a
hiding-
bitch up.
No way, Sonia was running from the pain by saying though. No!
No, it's
Oh my god, you deciphered it, you genius!
I really did enjoy Sonia's evil tone that she had this session. The like whole,
Yeah,
Thank you.
Like,
you know, she sounded less like, what's the word? Like she's always there to help people, supportive. This time she's just cold and like really cruel. Like she literally just like slapped Stella in the face when she showed her like she died in a car crash. She was like, "Oh, cool. That's actually a good thing, and I wish that had happened to me." Wow,
Yes.
dark, Sonia, dark.
I finally got Kagayaki to share how every time he found someone dies. I was
was a
getting
great
really
scene.
into that as well. I was teary-eyed.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was emotional.
that's great.
it was you two were great. I'm so sorry for ruining the tone constantly.
No,
when
no,
it
it's
came to
fine.
me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I mean,
No,
I
it
didn't
made
found
sense
out of
because-
character every 5 seconds.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's I did kind of expect one of you to cut in and say that, oh, this isn't an illusion, by the way, we're real, and then we would have gotten on track. But neither
But
of you chose
I
to
didn't
really...
feel like there was a point in that. The
Yeah.
illusion says they're
Yeah,
true, so
yeah.
it must be true.
Yeah, Sonia doesn't. You just saw that as more proof that you didn't. That Taisto didn't really know who she was all along. If she believes so easily that she's a false, she's a fake one. So
She literally changed like
yeah, I know.
hair
I know.
colors different.
I know.
I mean, in fairness, did you really think they would be that stupid? I mean, then again, they did fucking spawn Higeki without legs, just crawling on the floor. That was so stupid. At least give him a wheelchair or something.
I mean, I think the idea was that it was supposed to remind you of when he dragged you into the basement in Sonia's memories, but then you were like, no, I'm in a shadow, and I was just there like, oh, well, I guess he crawls over the shadow then. Like, you know, he's supposed to grab your ankles and drag you down, but no, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I was fucking puzzled, man. Looking up, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I think that session didn't really go the way that I thought it would, but I really enjoyed it, and it's given me lots of cool ideas for the next few. So, thank you, Sonia,
Nice.
for derailing us a little bit. It's been a very good.
I took control.
I think it's been a very
I'm the
good
GM
character
now.
moment for Sonia. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the GM doesn't let you talk enough, you just steal the train.
Yeah. I was planning on going that route for a while, but it was hard to, find a way at a good time to butt in because that's I always knew that was kind of derailing the story for just my own purpose. And it's kind of hard to do it in a seamless way. But you gave me the opportunity, and I realized that after the game. I was like, good, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm actually wondering what's going to happen next episode. Is Sonya going to go to the dark side? I mean, I hope not. That would be very un-anime-ish. But, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Session, so
we'll
thank
see
you.
you. See you guys. Oh, I can speak. Next
Yeah, I need to head out as
week.
well. I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
So I will close the stream now. Thanks to anybody who dropped in. I saw